So I met Shane Dawson a couple weeks ago. It was pretty cool. Well, bye. Thanks for watching. Just kidding. I'm going to be doing a full experience video on meeting Shane Dawson from the morning to the night. Now, if you don't want to hear about my whole day before meeting him, then I will tell you the time right here at which you can skip to and just go to the part where we go upstairs and we're in the room and we're meeting him. But before all that happened, we were going crazy. It was a whole debate on which train to take and the time to get there. The meetup was at March 13th, Friday night, 5 p.m., Barnes & Noble's, Union Square in Manhattan. Okay, I didn't know that you had to buy the book in the Barnes & Noble's because it was pre-signed, and in order to meet him, you had to have a wristband. And of course, you had to buy the book to get the wristband, when we had already pre-ordered the book. So now we each have 2 copies of the book, one signed, one not signed, but that's okay because we're supporting him, and we like supporting him. I bought both his movies on iTunes. I have 2 books of his, so I'm all about the support. We are definitely big supporters, big fans of him. So spending $17 to meet him, no big deal. Well, it was actually more than that because we had to spend $25 to get to the city. Anyway, so we get there super early. The subway took us 5 blocks away. We got really lucky with this whole subway situation. It took us 5 blocks away for free. And we got to the Barnes & Noble's an hour after it opens at 11 o'clock. And it was dead. There was not even a line at the counter. And we were like expecting there to be so many people and it would be crazy, and we were scared we weren't even going to get a wristband, and when we get there, it's just like a typical Friday morning. After we bought the book, we were definitely meeting him, and we were so excited and nervous. And then we kind of came down because we're like, okay, we have 4 hours before we can even line up. We had to wait till 3 p.m. So like, let's just calm down. Well, we went to Walgreens, got some drinks, went to a pizzeria, got some pizza, which by the way was totally bland. Don't waste your money. I think it was called Bravo Pizza. Don't go to Bravo Pizza. It's overpriced, bland, whatever. Then we go to the Starbucks because we have even more time to kill. We hang out there for an hour. We're like, okay, we'll get to the Barnes & Noble's at 2:30. We'll line up a half hour before we're even supposed to be lining up. We didn't want to get there too early because we weren't sure how the meetup was going to go, and we didn't want to be the first people there because we wanted more time in the room. We wanted more time to like see him in the flesh. That sounds kind of creepy, but we just wanted more time, you know, to really like get our bearings. So we were like, okay, we'll leave at like 2:45. Now, mind you, we're right across the street. We were walking around, we were taking pictures with the signs and everything up where he was going to be. He was on the 5th floor. Within an hour of us leaving there, the line was wrapped around the building. And we were like, oh my god, we're never going to meet him. Really, it wasn't even that many people. Half the people there probably were parents and just friends that weren't meeting him. But we're waiting there. It's a little chilly out, not really. 3:30 rolls around, and they start saying, okay, we're going to bring you up in groups of 25, because they had been counting us back and forth, counting who had the wristbands. I guess to see, you know, just to get an idea of who, like, how many people were there to meet him. And I was like, oh my god, why are they starting so early? It was supposed to start at 5. I mean, we're going to get out of here by 5 now. And I was like, they're bringing us up in groups of 25, so 25 of us are going to meet him, leave. Then another group meet him, leave. Well, what they were doing was they were filling the floor first. So, like I said, it was on the 5th floor. So they had 25 people go in, take the escalators up to the 5th floor, and they had those ropes where you, like the ropes that you just use to contain lines. They had those and set up as a maze, kind of, and just slowly filling the room. When we got there, we were pretty close to the front. We were more than halfway to the stage. So everyone there was already sitting, you know, just relaxing. And the room starts filling up, and it's getting louder and hotter and more people, and it was crazy. And we met this kid who was sitting in front of us. He was alone. His friend had left. And we were just talking. We were waiting there for 2 hours. It was just crazy being in the same room as so many people who loved Shane Dawson and all his work. Because I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like I'm like one of the only people that watches him, which is totally not true, but I haven't met anybody else in real life, except for my coworker, actually. But I've known some people who like, oh, I've heard of him, I've seen one of his videos, but I've never met someone who is much of a fan as as me, other than Samantha, of course. But it was just really weird being in a room filled with his fans.
The last verse is the picture. That's it. Someone tweet at him and be like, you're late.
Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but it was cool for me. It's getting closer and closer to 5 p.m. We saw that he tweeted he was on his way. Everyone like loses their shit. A group across from us starts clapping out of nowhere, and everyone starts like looking around. And they were just like fucking with everyone, which was really funny, but they were like clapping and yelling. Everyone's like, where is he? Where is he? You know, as soon as the elevator doors opened, we all looked. As soon as we saw someone coming up the stairs, we all looked. The three of us were sitting down, and we were like, oh, let's just stand up, because we were sitting for like 40 minutes at the time. So we're like, let's just stand up. So we stand up, and we're not facing the stage where he's gonna be. We're facing where we know he's gonna come from. And then it happens, and we see across the room a group of people go by, his entourage, and then we see him, and Angel, the kid we were with, like automatically just like waves to him, and Shane waves back, and we start screaming, and then the whole room gets up and is screaming.
He was walking, he got out of the elevator and he walked. Oh my god, we saw him.
Oh my god, we saw him in person. We
were definitely the first people to see him.
We were the first people.
I swear to god, it was the first one. I called it out. Saw him.
Hashtag first.
Yes.
Hashtag trade.
Where you at? Where you at?
Started it.
Yeah, that's right, you started it. Woo! Oh guys, we just started that chant.
No, we
started that chant.
We started.
Angel saw him first. You saw him first. I started the chant.
First wave. He got the first wave.
Oh my god.
We're acting like complete idiots. Looking back on the clips that we took, it's really embarrassing because we were fangirling, but we don't even care. Oh my god. Well, I'm getting all excited. So we saw him go by, and then he goes back again. We're all screaming, and then he finally comes, and he's videotaping. We're all screaming. Then he gets on the stage, and he's like, I've never seen so many tacky phone cases in my whole life. And everyone laughs, and he's like, I'm so nervous. I was diarrheaing all last night. And it was just like so funny that he's like the exact same person IRL as he's on YouTube. And his voice is a lot higher though, I've noticed, but maybe he was just nervous. He speaks, and then someone else comes and tells us exactly how it's going to happen. You couldn't have any pictures with him on your cell phone. There was a professional photographer there to take our pictures with him. He wasn't signing anything, which he did, of course. A couple people I saw on videos, like a piece of artwork he signed for someone. I saw on a video he signed someone's birth control. Things that he enjoyed and made him laugh, I'm sure he signed. But other than that, it was pretty much go up, talk to him, take a picture, leave. Now, as we got closer to him, we were getting more and more nervous, and the whole time we're trying to plan out what we're going to say, and I was like, alright, update. We're a couple lines away. We're really sweaty.
3 lines away.
We're trying to think of what to say. Everyone's looking at us laughing, but that's okay. Everyone's freaking out, so it's okay.
We're all vlogging. Hi. Hi. So funny, BFs.
Okay. This is probably going to be really confusing later on to watch because we're not making any sense, but
it's fine. We're bugging out a little bit. We're sweating. We smell.
He's right there.
He's going to hug us.
Behind that screen.
I waved to him first.
He waved to him first.
Yeah, we saw him first. All three of us saw him first.
Everything he says.
And everybody else says. It's fine. We don't know what to do.
Yeah, we're at a loss.
Yeah, okay, like trying so hard not to bug out right now, but I'm bugging out because Shane's right there.
Like, okay, you want to go first, me first?
No, you go first.
Okay, I'm going first. I'm literally 3 people away from meeting him.
Gotta fix myself, man.
I've been waiting for this day for forever.
Yeah, we've been watching him since 2008, dude.
Like, oh, I'm gonna like introduce myself to him and tell him how much I love his videos. Like, I want to say something that wasn't just like, oh my god, I'm a huge fan. But I just couldn't think of anything. And
you have no idea.
Oh my god, I said hi, thank you so much for coming to New York. We're freaking out, man. We're freaking out. That was so quick. So we just finished meeting Shane Dawson.
It was awesome.
Let's just go one by one. My encounter was short, so I'll go quick. I'll go first. Okay, so I went up. Well, actually, I went first. So I went up. I said hi. I hugged him. I said, hi, Shane. I thanked him for coming to New York. He had his hand on my shoulder. I touched his finger with my finger. Our fingers connected.
Oh my god, you're getting way too detailed here.
I mean, it was a 5-second encounter. I want to get all the details before I forget. And then he's like, of course, no problem. I love it here. I think that's what he said. And then it got awkward. We had an awkward look at each other.
His voice, like guys, his voice sounds so deep on camera, but it's not that deep.
It's really high pitched.
He's not as tall as I thought he was.
Not as tall.
I didn't
very
even get
small.
I hardly got as much time to examine
yeah,
it.
we hugged. We took the picture, and then the girl pretty much shoved the stuff that she was holding back in my hand, and I was off, and then it was her. And then it was her.
So I went up to him. I already knew what I was gonna say. So I hugged him. I buried my head in his shoulder, whatever, and I was like, hi, and then I was like, you have no idea, you're such an inspiration. He was like, oh my gosh, thank you. And I was like, you know, we just hugged, and then after we hugged, he was like, I love your hair, and I was like, oh my god, thanks. And then I wrapped both my arms around him, we took a picture, and then after we took the picture, I looked at him and I was like, you should really make a movie about your life because I would buy that shit. Exact words, people. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And then I just walked away. But I mean, I wish it could have been longer, but
yeah,
it was awesome.
All I said was "K bye." Here's Will. But we're going.
Shane Dawson.
But we are officially going to BookCon May 31st to meet him again because I need to redeem myself, and we obviously just want to meet him again.
I'm excited.
What did you do, Will? He's emotionally scarred that we left him for 2-3 hours.
He's sitting by himself. It's fine. He's in the bookstore.
He hasn't talked to anyone for a while, so he's probably, you know.
Probably forgot how.
So that was freaking awesome. We're meeting him again. We have to meet again.
He's so cool.
I'm coming to BookCon.
Yeah.
We have to meet him again.
We'll Alright.
Cool. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Bye.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, it was short, sweet. Ugh, I don't know, I hate thinking about it because it just makes me cringe. Right after meeting her, or maybe one more person after her, he took a 5-minute break, or a 10-minute break, and he was coming around, and I saw him, but I was halfway down the escalator, so something took over me, and I run back up the escalator. Obviously, you're not supposed to do that, dumb. And the security guard was like, no, you have to go back downstairs. And I was like, okay, sorry, I don't even know what just came over me. But yeah, because I wanted to, see him again. So anyway, I was going down the escalator as he passed up here, and I was like, bye, Shane, but he didn't hear me. So we say bye to Angel, part ways, and then we finally find Will, and we're like, what did you do for the last 2 hours? And it's kind of funny because we all bonded upstairs about Shane Dawson, and everyone who was waiting for the people who were meeting him all bonded over the fact that they weren't meeting him. The whole day we were waiting, our adrenaline was pumping non-stop. And then we finally meet him. It's 2 seconds, and then that was it. And then we were like, did we even meet him? It went so quickly, I don't even remember it. I mean, I remember it, but it doesn't feel like it was me. I feel like the picture is photoshopped because there's no way I could have possibly met him. We wound up taking the same subway back to Penn Station. We took the 7-11 train home super early. Usually when I go to the city, I like to stay all night, but we were just so tired that I wanted to stay longer, but I'm glad that we left when we did because it was exhausting. And we got up at 6 a.m. that day. It was such a long day. So we're on the train home.
I'm exhausted. I'm so emotionally drained.
I'm tired.
Me too. I'm emotionally drained. All this anticipation, I was waiting so long to meet him, and it just happened, and now I'm just
Yep. I got home at 9:30. And then I had to drive 40 minutes to my boyfriend's house to see him because he was supposed to come, but then he couldn't. So I got there by 10, and it was just a really long day. But I'm doing it all over again in May 31st. He's going to BookCon, and you better believe I'm going to be there. Thank you for watching. Please leave your videos of you meeting him down below, or your experience of you meeting him if you met him another time, because I just want to hear about them. And don't forget to watch my book review video. So, bye.